Okay guys, as you know, this weekend is TNA Lockdown, and it looks like a pretty solid card so far. I figured I would go ahead and do my predictions video. Normally I would wait and do these a little bit later, but I was looking it up on Wikipedia and they already have the 7 matches announced, so I figured I might as well go ahead and do it. I even checked the spoilers just to make sure I knew what the matches would be. So to start off, we have Devon versus Robbie E for the TV Championship. Devon's the champion. I would have to say Devon wins this. I know Robbie E will probably have Rob Terry at ringside, and I know the whole gimmick is in the cage. No one else can interfere, but as we've seen before in the past, that's not true at all. When Kurt Angle was feuding with Jeff Jarrett, Karen was easily able to interfere in that cage match. So I wouldn't put it past Rob Terry to try and interfere, but I still see Devon retaining here since he just won the belt at the last pay-per-view. So if I had to pick one, I would say Devon. Then we have Matt Morgan versus Crimson. I would say that this one is a little bit tougher to predict because Crimson just recently turned heel. And I feel that they have some more mileage they could get out of this feud. But that being said, it is Lockdown, it is a big show, and I would just see Matt Morgan winning here. If I had to pick one of these guys, I'm going to go with Matt Morgan. But hopefully it should be at least entertaining, and I am enjoying Crimson as a heel much more than I was when he was a face. So, oh, but then again, he does have that undefeated streak too. I forgot about that. Would Matt Morgan be the one to break the streak? Why not? Then we have Gail Kim versus Velvet Sky for the Knockouts title. Gail's had this for a while now, and it doesn't seem like they've done much with it. So at Lockdown, a big show, I would go ahead and put it on Velvet Sky. So I'm going to say Velvet wins this. Even though I'm sure Madison will probably try and interfere, but I'm going to say Velvet. Maybe Madison tries to interfere and then Mickie James comes out and stops Madison, and then Velvet gets the win. So we get Samoa Joe and Magnus versus Motor City Machine Guns for the Tag Team Championships. I don't know why Motor City Machine Guns just came back and are already getting a title shot, but that's just how they want to do this. I'm sure they're going to have to turn Joe and Magnus heels again, which sucks because I do like them as a team, and I can see them giving the belts to Motor City Machine Guns. I would like to see Joe and Magnus keep the belts and maybe have a feud with these guys, but really, who are they going to wrestle even if they do win? Even if Motor City Machine Guns win, they're just going to continue to feud with Joe and Magnus. Mexican America, who else? There are no real teams in TNA other than these guys. So I'm just going to say give the belts to Motor City Machine Guns. I prefer that they have to chase for the belts a little bit longer before they get them and keep the belts on Joe and Magnus. But if I had to pick, I'd say Motor City Machine Guns wins here. Then we have Jeff Hardy versus Kurt Angle. This should be an okay match, I guess. I'm sure Kurt's going to try and kill himself doing that moonsault again. I know he has that hamstring injury, but yeah, this should be an okay match. It could be really good. We'll just have to see how far they can take it. I know Kurt is injured, so I don't know if it's going to be as good as it could, but I do see Jeff Hardy winning here. Alright, so this is a small spoiler, well I guess it's a pretty big spoiler, for TNA this week in the Team Eric versus Team Garrett match. They each have to have 5 guys. So this is some spoilers, so skip this if you don't want to hear it. It's just this match and Rude versus Storm. I'll go ahead and give you Rude versus Storm. for the World Heavyweight Championship, I'm going to say James Storm wins here. I like both guys. I don't mind seeing Rude as champion at all, but I think they've been building to Storm having a legit championship title reign, and I think it's his time to win the belt, and then Rude can chase him for a little bit. There's a bunch of stuff they could do with this. So I am fine either way, no matter who wins, but I do think that this is James Storm's night to win. They've been hyping it up big time, and it'll be interesting and make some good television to have Storm as champion for a little bit. Okay, so the last match, Team Garrett versus Team Eric. Basically, Team Garrett is going to be Austin Aries, AJ Styles, Mr. Anderson, RVD, and Garrett. Team Eric is Bully Ray, Christopher Daniels, Kazarian, Gunner, and Eric Bischoff. So it's supposed to be Lethal Lockdown, cage full of weapons. It sounds promising. It could be good. Much better than the initial Garrett versus Gunner match. And I think with all these guys, RVD coming back, he could be good in the cage. We got AJ in there, Christopher Daniels, Kazarian, Bully Ray, Austin Aries. I thought Austin Aries versus Bully Ray was going to be a match on this show, but I guess instead of having them go at it right now, they decided to hold off on it and just put them in here and the team match. But the stipulation is if Garrett loses, he's gone. If Eric loses, he's gone and can't use the Bischoff name ever again. I definitely see Garrett losing this. I think Eric's going to win and Garrett's going to leave and hopefully go to developmental, learn how to work better in the ring, learn to do some promos, and then he could come back in the future to TNA. But man, I just don't care for Garrett at all. I think he's horrible. And if I had to choose, I would much rather watch Eric Bischoff on TV than Garrett Bischoff. That's just my personal opinion. So I really do hope that Eric Bischoff's team wins here. But like I said, you have some good guys in this match. Lethal Lockdown with weapons. I enjoy these matches, so this should be pretty good and entertaining. So that's it really for TNA Lockdown this weekend. I think it could be a good show. Hardy versus Angle, like I said, could be good. It should be good regardless, but it could be great. Rude versus Storm should be awesome. The Team Eric, Team Garrett match should be good. Joe Magnus versus Motor City Machine Guns should be good. And Morgan versus Crimson, Gale versus Velvet, Devon versus Robbie E, kind of just there. But yeah, undercard's not that strong, I guess, but everything else looks pretty good to me. So should be an exciting show, and I will be back doing a review of Lockdown this Sunday, of course, after the show. So that's it. Hope you guys liked the predictions video. I will be back tomorrow with my review of Monday Night Raw, so I hope you check that out too. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and thanks to everybody who has subscribed. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.